to This is Feudal with me, White Tiger Fist. Now this is the third part, which we're going to look at food and how to gather food, the best ways to gather food, and what to do with stuff when you gather it. So, right, we're going to craft the first things that we're going to need, and one of the first things that we're going to need is a fire. So if we come to the front of our house, and we right click and go to forestry, you can see create campfire. And then all we need to do is just decide where we want to put it, and that looks good to me. And we'll build it. Excuse me. Now this will become more apparent in a bit. Now if you go up to the board, if I can get it, there we go. And if we click on that, all we need is 5 sticks. So, how many sticks have we got in the inventory? We've got enough sticks in the inventory. So, let's go ahead and create that. The same as always, just drag the items onto the brown area and build. And as you see, it's got no firewood on it. So what we'll do is we'll equip our saw and we will go and get some firewood. Now we've got these logs that we collected before. If you go up to them and saw billets, I think these make perfect firewood. They really do. And you get quite a lot of them. So we'll grab 4 of these. Right, so we've got 4 billets. Go to it, add some fuel. And then light on. And as you see, we've got a nice little fire going. Right, next thing we need to craft is under the primitive tools, we need a primitive cooking pot. So we need rock, which we've got, and we need 1 stick. Nice and simple. And then equip that. It'll take away our, it'll put this on our side. And that's how you'll cook with it equipped. Now let's equip our fishing rod again, and then we'll go and do a spot of fishing for the first little bit of food gathering. You'll have to excuse the darkness. Unfortunately, it seems every time I go to record something, it's always dark. Bit of lag there. Okay, seems to settle down. I don't know what was going on there. Right, and all you do is just click on the water with your fishing rod. And you'll just continue to fish. Now I don't want any points in this, so it's locked off. I didn't catch anything. Never mind. Let's go again. And it's just a case of keep on going and going and going until you catch your food. Now hopefully my first video that I split it into 2 parts, so first 2 videos helped you out a little bit. It might take a couple of goes to get to catch anything, you know. It's not guaranteed. Fishing never is. You're more likely to catch a cold than you are catch a fish. Right. Okay. It looks like I'm going to be back when I've caught a fish or two. Alright. So, I must be the worst fisherman in the world. It took me forever. It took me a total of 17 casts to catch one fish. And I caught a herring. It's not going to feed the 5,000, but it'll feed me. That's all we care about. So what we do is, with our primitive cooking pot in our slot, you go up to your fire, you go to farming and prepare. And this is where you get the option to cook all your food. You go down until you find what you've got. The fried herring, and you craft it. And it's as simple as that. And then you will get a lovely fish. Nice fried herring. And there we go. We have one fried herring. Now, if I go into my inventory, and there it is. And then, if we eat that, you'll see how much we get. We're currently at 21. And it takes us up to 38. So a good meal. So there's one source of food. And once you finish with your fire, don't forget to extinguish it so you don't use all your wood. Right. The next one I'm going to show you. So what you need to do is you need to go to inventory, click on the stick, go to fishing and hunting, create snare. And as you see, the only thing that we've got in there, the only item, is a snare trap. Now we're going to need another stick, which is nice and easy to get. So we'll just get ourselves a branch. And try that again, shall we? Fishing hunt, create snare, snare trap. So you 2 sticks, you 10 grass, and 1 apple. And that will give you your snare. There we go, 1 snare. Right. Then all you do is you find an area that where you want to put it. So I'll put it down here. And you set a snare. Nice and simple. And what it does is it puts that on the ground there. As you see, snare trap deployed. And what will happen is, after a certain amount of time, I think it's round about 40 minutes, something like that. Come back to it, check it, and if it's sprung, it'll look like a little white bag hanging in the air. If that's the case, then you've caught something. And I've just noticed there's an apple tree here, so I can gather some apples. So you need the snare traps to gather apples. You need apples to make your snare traps, and they're really good. So there's nothing left to gather. Okay, they're really good for catching stuff. So if you can make a few of them and spread them about, all well and good. Right, your next thing that you're going to be doing to get your food. I'll just open up my bag a minute. My bag of many mysteries. We don't need these anymore. What am I doing? I'm putting them in the wrong bloody inventory, aren't I? Oops. Right. All you'll need for this next one is your scythe. And did I put that in my bag as well? I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. In fact, we'll take a shovel as well. Because we will need that for the farming. Right. So that's good. Now what you can do is if you equip your scythe, like so, and your shovel, you may as well just equip that, and you walk around and you just go up to the ground and you go to farming, gather wild plants. And if you just carry on doing this, one, your farming skill, your skill will increase. And hopefully, we didn't find anything. Of course we didn't. So it's right click on the ground, farming, gather wild plants. And this will increase your farming skill when you do find something. As you see, I'm only skill 10 at the moment. Didn't find anything. Now, if you go into the farming, you can see you can plough earth and you can gather basic seeds with level 0. Level 30 you can harvest all crops. Level 60 you can plant apple and mulberry trees. Level 90 you can fertilise soil and use the advanced plough. And then 100 is constant 5 luck while making farming operations. Right, we're not finding anything. So what I can do is I can come behind my house. I can right click on the dirt, go to farming and go to plough. And what I'll do, this will plough the field or plough the grass. It'll give me some experience, hopefully make it that little bit better at finding stuff. There we go. And move on to the next one. So we'll set that as our default option. As you see, it went up quite a considerable amount. Went up from 3 to 13. So 10 points. So you can really level this up quite fast. So I'm going to crack on with this. And I'll see you in a minute. Right, okay, so I've ploughed the area and I've stuck a little wattle fence around just to give it that little bit of extra look. And all you do is go to construction, construct, and then your wattle fence, and then just turn it in the direction that you want it facing, and voila. One guys, so I've been and done a little bit of foraging, and as you see, I've got peas, potatoes, and grapes. Not a great deal, but it's something at least. So all you do is you go over to your farmland, click on the square, go to farming, plant potato. And then what it'll do, it'll plant it, and then over time it'll grow, and then you'll be able to harvest it. Go to the next square, sow peas. I'm not going to plant the grapes here because I want somewhere else to plant all my fruit. I'm going to make myself a little orchard, but it's the same principle. And if I go into my skill menu, you will see of ploughing that land I've got up to level 67, which means I can plant apple trees and mulberry trees. Level 90 is what I'm aiming for, so I can fertilise the soil and use the advanced plough. And as you see, I've got 2 apple tree sprouts there, so I'm going to head and plant them. And all you do is you just go up to the ground, and when you get the option, it'll tell you that you can plant it. Now I'm unsure of what the actual requirements are of planting the trees. I don't know. I don't know whether it has to be forest land or what. But basically, you will get the option to plant them at some point, he says. It was level. It was a correct level, wasn't it? Yeah. Ah, there we go. Right. So, plant apple tree. So you just got to walk around until you find a spot that will accept the tree. And there we go. We've got an apple tree planted. Nice. And then for our second one, yet again, just walk around, find spots, and just have a look, see if it'll accept the plant. There you go. So we've got 2 apple trees planted. Yet again, a little bit more food for us. There we go. Right, now before I finish off, because the first video was really long, this one is only touching on the food and the basics of food. Oh, and I'm out of breath. Of course I am. We'll go and check our snare and see if we've caught anything. Oh, and I can see we have. Can you see it's turned into a little bag? Now, when you pick this up, it will destroy the snare. But there we go. Check snare. They're easy enough to make. All you need is an apple, really. And what did we get? We got a chicken. Now, that's what you get. You get a little certificate with a chicken on. And if you right click on it, you get your options. You get slaughter, and if you later on when you build a coop, which I'll go into when I go into animal husbandry, you have an option of putting them in a coop and breeding them and such and such. But for the time being, I'm just going to slaughter it. And I got 10 feathers, which might not seem important, but if I go and get my knife out of my bag, where is my bag? There it is. And go to bowcraft. You will see that I can make a simple bow, and I can also make arrows. Now the arrows require feathers and those small logs that you can make. And a bow, 1 stick and 2 of the plant fibres. Nice and easy. So what we'll do is I will create one now so you can see that. So we're going to create some billets after I've equipped my saw. You can also create the sling, right, and use the sling. Now keep in mind with the sling, what you've got to do is you've got to have the stones in one hand and the sling in the other, and you get the stones by the same way you search for flint. You'll see the option search for sling ammo. Right, that's enough of that. Right, let's get some grass fibre. And whoops, no, that's herbs. You can search for herbs, and I'll go into that when I go into the alchemy. Because that's where it really comes into its own. Right, so we've got our 2 thing, we need 1 stick. And then we can create a bow. Really nice and simple. Makes all the difference because then you can go hunting. And what I'll do is when I find an animal, I will show you what you do with hunting. But unfortunately, until I find an animal, there's not much I can do. I guess it's got to be hardwood billets. Yeah, it's got to be hardwood billets. Right, okay, we'll craft a bow. because I know I've got the materials for that. So there we go. We have a bow. Now if you go to equip, you'll see you cannot equip that. You need a maximum of 0 bow mastery to equip that skill, to equip that item. If we open up our skills menu, go to the next page, you will see down here you have throwing weapon mastery, leather armors, crossbow mastery, and bow mastery. And as it says, not yet implemented, maximum of bow skill that can be effectively used. Can use bows, right? Same as this. So I should imagine once you get to level 60 in this, you will unlock these two, I should imagine. Okay. Right, back to our chicken. So you've got that, you have a chance of getting meat and eggs and stuff like that as well. My grapes, I'm going to eat them. Why not? There we go. Didn't do a great deal. So that's the basics of food gathering and stuff like that. Now you know how to get your food, you know how to cook your food, you know how to plant your food. So thanks for joining me, guys. Hope it helped you out, I really do. This game has such a lot going for it. However, some of it's not straightforward, right? And things like this do help, and I wish I had this when I was learning to play it. Unfortunately, I had to do everything myself. So, until next time, guys, it's White Tiger Fist. Peace out.